I do not have the time to make this perfect, but I wanted to comment on some recent comments that our dear leader slash insane nepo baby slash wannabe dictator Donald Trump made about Christianity, which is I have nothing personally against Christianity as a concept. I consider myself a Gnostic Christian. That means I don't fall for the edited, highly curated version created by the Council of Nicaea. I look into things like the Dead Sea Scrolls, the Gnostic Gospels, and you could call the deep truth of it all closer to the source. Um, but he said that Christianity was one of the most oppressed groups in the world right now, and I find that very hard to believe, although it is very common thing to hear out there. And it's just infuriating in some ways, although it's obvious rage bait because um, the Christians in this country, especially the fundamentalist Christians, feel as if they are super oppressed, when in fact, what that really means is they are not being permitted to run roughshod over absolutely every other denomination, and they aren't as much anymore allowed to call the shots. And this secular, humanist, science based experiment in reasonability and decency is challenging their authority to call the absolute shots on things like abortion um, and resource allocation and environmentalism and so forth, and that their version of reality isn't the dominant form of reality for most people anymore. Even though they are running the government and have the largest number of representatives in Congress, and I live in a rural area, so I'm taking a risk talking about this, and I have to give all these caveats. But I was raised to respect and love Mother Gaia, and a more dualistic perspective of what you could call a religion or mythology that respects the feminine and the masculine natures of reality, which is expressed in the what could be called the Unio Mystica, or more indigenous traditions around the world. And that's what makes sense, because if you observe the light coming from the sun mingling with the matter and water and earth of this earth to create life and all the variety of living things around us. And even that can be taken a little bit too far in that sort of binary thinking of the just the two parts, right? It's much more complicated than that. But yeah, they feel threatened by our freedom, which is super ironic. It's every accusation being a confession. And I just wanted to speak to this because these are the guys currently putting in place policies that will threaten our environment and threaten our livelihood and threaten the actual economy, which they claim to care about, and threaten us individually as people for speaking out or for saying anything that could be remotely perceived as anti-white nationalist Christian. It's literally been encoded in one of his memoranda recently in various executive orders, and is basically the modus operandi of the what you would call it, Project 2025 via the Heritage Foundation and a few others. So just wanted to speak to that, and fuck Donald Trump and everything he stands for. I'm still a Christian, and you don't represent me, motherfucker. Okay, have a nice day. Bye.